In this video, we're going to look at some options for running WordPress on your own machine. Now, we know that WordPress requires a web server, PHP, and MySQL, which most computers don't come with by default. But there are quite a few options available that are self-contained packages that contain all of these pieces of software that you can run on your own computer. I'm going to show you some of them now. For the Macintosh, if you go to mamp.info, you'll see MAMP and MAMP Pro. That's Macintosh, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. MAMP is free. MAMP Pro costs a little bit of money and comes with a few more features, but both will do you fine. At apachefriends.org, you can find XAMPP, which is available for pretty much all platforms. I've never used this one, but it is available. For Windows users, there's one called WAMP. Same deal, Apache, PHP, and MySQL on Windows. And there's another option called Bitnami, which has a WordPress stack which provides you with WordPress and everything that you need to run it. The one I use is MAMP. The nice thing about all of these is that you can work on WordPress sites without having an internet connection, without needing anything at all except your own computer. So I'm going to take you through how to install MAMP because it's the one I know, and I'll show you how to run WordPress on your own computer, which will work in pretty much any of these setups. So to download MAMP, you just click this download button. It's a rather large download, so I've kind of skipped ahead a little bit. You'll get this zip file. When you decompress this, on a Mac you'd use the archive utility. You end up with this package installer. Double click that and you will run the MAMP installer. So I'm not going to go through all that because obviously I have it installed already. But once you have it, in your applications folder you'll have a MAMP folder and a MAMP Pro folder. Whichever version you downloaded, you'll end up with both. To use the free version, all you need to do is start the MAMP application. And when you load it, you'll be able to start the servers. Sometimes they start automatically, as mine's trying to do here. I use MAMP Pro, so this isn't quite working successfully. But what happens is you just open it up, click Start Servers, and when both these lights turn green, you will be running Apache with PHP and MySQL. And you need do nothing else. I do not actually run the regular MAMP, so let's quit this and take a look at MAMP Pro. It's the same idea, just looks a little different. The start button's up here. And in MAMP Pro, the little lights that tell you things are working are up here. And there it goes. So now I have Apache and MySQL, my web server, and my database server running on my own computer. Now all this will do with the way most home networks are set up is just respond to requests that I make on my own computer. This is not going to serve anything over the internet. To confirm that this is working, I'm going to go back to my web browser here, close these other tabs, and I'm going to visit localhost :8888. And I actually get a response. So that means this is all working. MAMP specifically comes with a special start page at localhost :8888/MAMP. And so I can see some of the details here. In particular, I need to know these MySQL details. These are all going to be important for my WordPress installation. The host name is localhost, the username is root, and the password is root. There's also a convenient link to phpMyAdmin. So let's create a quick database. Here we go. And that's all I need to do. Because I'm running on MAMP, I don't need to do any of the user creation or any of that stuff. I can just use the root user, and that's fine for a local testing setup. So all I need to do now is install WordPress in a folder. So here's a fresh copy of WordPress. My MAMP folder is the default location of everything that MAMP contains. The DB folder contains all the MySQL files, and the htdocs folder is where the web files go. So if I drag WordPress in here, I now have this, and I can proceed with a normal WordPress installation as if I were doing it on the internet. So I can rename this to wp-config.php and open it up. And now I can just run through a few of these settings just to get this working. So the database name I set up is WordPress. The user is root. And the password, also root. The host name is localhost. Do this secret key real quick. Copy these. Paste them in. And for this purpose, that's all I'll do. I'll just save this file. Now if I switch back, I can go to localhost, and the folder where I installed WordPress in my htdocs folder was called WordPress. So if I just load that, here I am, the famous WordPress installer. And from here you just proceed as normal. And now you have a WordPress installation running right on your own computer. No internet connection required. A similar process will work regardless of which package you use. The particulars will be in the documentation for the one you choose. But this is how you do it with MAMP. So that is an overview of how to install and use WordPress on your own computer.